Good afternoon, boys and girls. You can see that there are small plants on each of your desks. Let's look at them. Let's see what we can see. Have you ever seen a plant like this? Where? Yeah, in the garden at your grandma's house. My grandma had lots of plants too. Now, what might we be learning about today? Plants? That's a very good guess. Now, what parts of these, what are these right here? Can you tell me? Some leaves. Now this is an oregano plant, Greek oregano. And we use this to make spaghetti sauce. You put it in there and it gives a really good flavor. How many of you have eaten spaghetti before? All of you. You really like spaghetti? I really like spaghetti too. Now, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at plants and learning about the different parts of them, because all this week we're going to be learning about plants and the different things that happen with plants and what they need and how they grow, all of it. Let's look at our standard and objective. So our standard is plan and conduct an investigation. Who can tell me what an investigation is? Right, like an experiment, like scientists. Or like a detective. That's right. Detectives go on investigations to find something out. So we're going to be finding something out this week to determine if plants need sunlight and water to grow. Sit on your bottoms. I'll take your questions and your comments in a little bit. Let's get through reading this. Now, our objective is the student will be able to label the parts of a plant with 80% accuracy in order to prepare for learning about their functions. Now that's a lot. That sounds like a whole lot. But what that means is that this week we're going to learn about all the different things that happen with plants, all of the things that plants do, all of the different parts of plants. But first, we have to start with, what are the different parts of the plant? What is each little piece? Now you can see we have lots of things on here. We want to learn what is this, and what is this, and what is down in there, and what is all the way in here. We got to learn it all. So that's what we're going to be starting with. So our will statement is, I will label the parts of a plant. Say that with me. I will label the parts of a plant. Now I'm going to put this up here. I know it's kind of hard to see on our video, but I'm going to put this right here for us. Now we've been reading about Johnny Appleseed in ELA. So first we're going to look at this apple tree. Now I have to tell you, I have both blossoms and apples on the same tree. And we learned that apples come from the blossoms, but Miss Elena wanted to put them back both on here at the same time, even though that's not how it is on a real apple tree, just so that we could look at it. Now, we're gonna move our little plant right over here, because before we even get into our apple tree, we're gonna read a story. Now, I have this video for us to read the story, A Tree is a Plant.
A Tree is a Plant by Clyde Robert Beulah, illustrated by Stacy Schwepp. A tree is a plant. A tree is the biggest plant that grows. Most kinds of trees grow from seeds the way most small plants do. There are many kinds of trees. Here are a few of them. How many do you know? So,
can anyone tell me What are some of these? Have you seen these before? That looks like a Christmas tree, doesn't
We
it?
have
Oops.
a maple tree.
That looks like a Christmas tree. That's right. And you have a lemon tree at your house? Wow. Do you get some good lemons off of it? Yep, Miss Elena loves lemonade, so I like some lemons. Let's continue listening.
A conifer tree, a persimmon tree, palms, lemon, and willow. Do you know any of those types of trees?
We already talked about those, huh? Yeah.
This tree grows in the country.
An apple tree.
It might grow in your yard too. Do you know what kind it is?
What kind of tree is that? An apple tree. We've been talking about apple trees a lot.
This is an apple tree. This apple tree came from a seed. The seed was small. It grew inside an apple. Have you ever seen an apple seed? Ask an adult to help you cut an apple in two. The seeds are in the center. They look like this.
Right over here. Whoop.
Most apple trees come from seeds that are planted. Sometimes an apple tree grows from a seed that falls to the ground. The wind blows leaves over the seed. The wind blows soil over the seed. All winter the seed lies under the leaves and the soil. All winter the seed lies under the ice and snow and is pushed into the ground. Spring comes, rain falls. The sun comes out and warms the earth.
So the seed goes underneath the ground and it stays bundled up, kind of hibernating like bears do.
The seed begins to grow. At first, the young plant does not look like a tree. The tree is very small. It is only a stem with 2 leaves. It has no apples on it. A tree must grow up before it has apples on it. Each year the tree grows. It grows tall. In 7 years, it is so tall that you can stand under its branches. In the spring, there are blossoms on the tree. Spring is apple blossom time. The blossoms last only a few days. Then they fall to the ground. Now there are green leaves on the tree. Among the leaves are small apples. The apples are where the blossoms were before. The apples are green and they are almost too small for you to see. The apples grow slowly. They grow all during the spring and the summer.
What do you think that bird is doing? Smelling the flowers. He probably is. But he's probably also gonna pick some fruit. Picks those tiny apples and eat them. Yep, getting him some food.
In the fall, they are large and ripe. They are ready to eat. We can see the apples and the leaves on the branches. We can see the branches growing out of the trunk. We can see the trunk growing out of the ground. We can see the bark of the tree. The bark covers the branches and the trunk like a coat. But there is a part of the tree that we cannot see. We cannot see the roots. They are under the ground. Some of the roots are large. Some of them are as small as hairs. The roots grow like branches under the ground. A tree could not live without roots.
Do you think that small plants have roots also? Yeah, that's correct. Small plants need roots too. Trees are just like really big flowers. That's wild, huh? I mean, I would have never thought so had I not learned that in school.
Roots hold the trunk in the ground. Roots keep the tree from falling when the wind blows. Roots keep the rain from washing the tree out of the ground. Roots do something more. They take water from the ground. They carry the water into the trunk of the tree. The trunk carries the water to the branches. The branches carry the water to the leaves.
Okay.
Hundreds and
We're going to stop our video there. And we're going to keep on going. So they talked about a lot of different parts of the plant in that. So first, we're going to look at what are some of the things that they talked about. If you look in your plant investigation journal, in the front pocket, you have your puzzle pieces. Now, Miss Elena has her puzzle pieces also, so we're going to do our puzzles together. Okay. Let's move our chart and we'll look at our board. So, when I find this piece. When I look at this piece, it looks like small, kind of round, kind of oval. What do we think this is? I think that they talked about it. We find them in apples, we find them in other plants. Right, the seed. And how'd you know it was a seed? Because it doesn't have green yet? That's a good guess. So we're gonna put our seed up here on the board. And we're gonna find the word seed. Can everyone hold up their word seed when they find it? Awesome. I'm seeing a lot of the word seed around here. So let's put it together like we're making a puzzle. Right. So the next one, let's see. What is this? Now I think it's pointing, if we look on our plant, it's pointing to this. On our oregano plant, it would be this right here. Can someone raise their hand and tell me what that part of the plant is? Right, it is the leaf. Now we have a few more of those. We would go through them all together and we would finish doing that. Now let's look at our chart. Let's make some anchor charts so that we have something to look back on whenever we're going through this all week long. Now, what are these down here? Right, they're holding the tree into the ground. They look like they could be straws to suck up the moisture. So these are the roots. The next one, what is this one? The trunk, right. It is the trunk of the tree, but the trunk of the tree is the same as a stem of a flower. So the trunk is the stem. What about this one? Yes, that is a flower. And this little green guy, a leaf. And this red guy, an apple. That's right, it is an apple. But what is an apple? The fruit. And then if we look over here, magnified this apple and cut it in half, what are these? What are these right here? Yeah, the seeds. So let's do that again. Let's make another anchor chart. Whoa. So let's do it with a flower. So let's start at the top this time and work our way down. What are these on a flower? A petal. What about this? Yeah, the seeds. And on a flower, a lot of time, there's pollen. So like, we'll put on this side. Oh. Phone's ringing. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry about that. So the pollen of a flower is the seeds. It's very tiny and very much like dust, but that is where the seeds are. They're just tiny, tiny, tiny. And those are what you would plant or what get carried to other flowers so that more flowers can grow. Well, now what is this one? Yeah, our leaf. And this part, the stem. And here, oh, can you see? The roots, that is right. So now, I want you to get out your investigation journals, your plant journals. On the first page of your plant journal, you have a No Wonder Learn chart. We're going to fill out what we know about plants, what we wonder about plants, and later, at the end of this week, we'll fill out what we learned. So if you want to do, so I need you to do this page, write down some things you know and some things you wonder, and then look at your plants. And I'll walk around and do this with y'all. We're gonna study these plants like some real scientists. We'll look real close and we'll touch and smell and we'll just see what we can see. And we'll write down on our next page, it says plants can, plants have, and plants are. Write some things that plants can do. Write some things that plants have. And write some things that plants are. Now a lot of the rest of the pages are for the rest of the week because we have some other experiments coming up and some other things that we'll need to document and record and compare. But for now, just stick to these first 2 pages and write there. Here I would give the students a chance to just spend time investigating the plants on their desks and writing in their and recording in their journals, and I would go around and help them and ask questions like, why do you think the roots are underground? Tell me about the plant. Where have you seen a plant like this before? Why do you think we need to know about plants? How do you think plants grow? And start setting up also for the coming lessons throughout the week. So after that, once they get a good amount of time to investigate and write in their journals and make observations, then we would go into the assessment. Now, boys and girls, I need you to settle back at your seats, and we're gonna, in the back part of your journal, open it up, and there's a Ziploc bag and this plant parts paste sheet. So I have a column for petals, for stems, for leaf, for roots, and for seeds. And what I want you to do, excuse me, I got all of the pollen is getting to Miss Elena. So in your Ziploc bag, you have some flowers. And I want you to take them out and look at them. So let's see what we have here. So we can look at them. You're gonna take them, and you're gonna take your paper and your scissors, and you're gonna find where are some petals, and you're gonna cut off the petals, and you're gonna glue them onto your paper. And then you're gonna do this for each different part, because we have all the different parts of the plant right here in our little bags. And so you're gonna go through on your own, and you're going to paste with your stick of glue the different parts of the plant where they belong. And then Miss Elena is gonna pick it up. So I'll give you time to do that. So I give them a chance to do that. And then I would collect them or have them place them on a desk. And then, all right, boys and girls, everyone come and sit down on the carpet in front of Miss Elena. All right, so today I need someone to raise their hand and tell me what we did today. Yep, we looked at some plants and we did a puzzle and we made some anchor charts. You're correct. We labeled the different parts of the plant, the petals, the seeds, which can also be pollen, the leaves, and the stem, and the roots. We've learned all about those different pieces of those plants. So I'd say that we did our I will statement. Do y'all think that we did our I will statement? You do? Should we turn that into an I can statement? I think that we should. So let's say I can label the parts of a plant. Right. Y'all did such a good job with this. Now, before we leave, we're gonna I need these 2 tables to put their plants on the windowsill. And I need these 2 tables to put their plants in this Tupperware that I have. And we're gonna set up for something later. We're gonna put them in there right now for the rest of the week. And we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna do some more experiments and investigate those plants later. Thank you.